And you are looking live at Capitol Hill in Washington, where Congress is still without a speaker, a House Speaker that is. Congressman Jim Jordan lost his third consecutive vote this afternoon for the Speaker's gavel.
All right, so this round, Jordan actually lost votes from previous votes, with 25 fellow Republicans voting for other lawmakers. And after the House floor vote, Jordan also lost a secret ballot vote among GOP members on whether to keep him as the nominee. We caught up with Democratic Congressman Jeff Jackson on Capitol Hill for his take on the speakership. Here's what he had to say.
I think this has become less of a political fight and more of a group therapy session. I think it's really messy, but they've got to work through it. I think there's no way to arrive at a stable leadership position for the House until they have an internal fight that gets resolved. And I think that we're not really close to that yet.
So let us work through it. Queen City News legal analyst Cleve Rhodes joining us here. So Cleve, the big thing right now is nothing can get done. The House needs a speaker. And when we heard the president speak last night, he talked about relief for Israel, relief for Ukraine. Nothing can get passed when we don't have a speaker.
Best place to start, zero, zip, zilch. Nothing has been accomplished for the last 2 weeks. No bills, no committees, no meetings, no anything. And so it had already been a place where it was really hard to get work done because both sides of the aisle were extremely far apart, like Grand Canyon type of space apart. But now, without a speaker, nothing could even get introduced. Nothing can even begin. There can even be a start to the process. So we're at the beginning of the race, and I don't think we're anywhere closer than we were 2 weeks ago.
No, and it's been 2 weeks since now former Speaker Kevin McCarthy was ousted, and he even went to bat for his possible replacement. Take a listen to what he said.
Trust me, being Speaker is not an easy job, especially in this conference. But I've seen Jim spend his entire career fighting for freedom, no matter what, no matter the odds, and I know he is ready for the job.
Khalif, where do you think his head's at right now?
Well, what you would attempt to do in that process is, if I'm Jim Jordan, the way I can show folks that I have support of the room is get someone like that we just moved out of the room to support me. And so that was the move that you would want. Those are some of the phone calls that are happening in the back door to say, how can we make this happen? Well, you get McCarthy to support you, and you think his folks would come in now and vote for Jim Jordan. But I think the history that Jim Jordan has done in the time he's been in the House has been someone that has been tearing down bridges as opposed to building them. And so that's made it a lot harder than he anticipated. And McCarthy's support statement kind of fell on deaf ears. But if we're looking at time, we're talking about those 2 weeks. I looked at some of the last times that we've had this, even though this is the first time in history that a speaker's been ousted, we've had a time frame where we had no speaker. 1971, 18 days. 1961, 28 days, the speaker was incapacitated. But the longest time, 1856. And we think that our House is extremely divided now. We're talking about anti-immigration, and slavery was what they were fighting about during that time. 21 folks put their name forward, 133 ballots. And 2 months later, they got a speaker. So McCarthy's 15 different ballots, yeah, that was a lot. But the House was extremely divided back then, and obviously 133 ballots is a lot. So I think we're extremely far now because the Republican Party can't get their House in order internally. But once they figure that out, I hope we can present someone for it quickly.
Our viewers were just seeing their Speaker Pro Tem, Patrick McHenry, on the screen, and he received more votes this time around in this third round. What does that say?
Well, it says that a lot of folks want and like him. He's someone that has walked in that position as the Speaker Pro Temp gracefully and attempted to do the job, which was a placeholder position with which you would expect. But folks that are attempting to give him additional power have to step back a little bit, because first you have to have a person that wants it. And he himself says, I think it's unconstitutional to give me additional power, and if you give it to me, I'll walk away. And so I think if you want someone in that position like him, you got to go ahead and nominate him. But I think he has shown that he can work across the aisle. He's shown the temperament that you need, and he's someone that has not attempted to be overzealous in this position, but walk gracefully in.
It'll be interesting to see how long this takes, because now they're kind of back to the drawing board without Jim Jordan. So we'll see who they put up next. Khalif, thank you.